This is the Cash Value Solutions Podcast, where your hosts, Jason Pohlmeyer and Kyle Manns, shed light on little-known money truths to help you take control of your financial future and become your own banker. Subscribe, rate, and review the show, and check us out at cashvaluesolutions.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the show this week. I'm Jason, and I'm here with my partner, Kyle. We're here to talk about Nelson Nash's infinite banking concept.
And why you need to become your own banker.
All right, Kyle, why are we starting this podcast? What is the goal that we want to accomplish?
Well, we want to provide clarity to people who are researching or are interested in the infinite banking concept. I know when I was looking for or interested in the infinite banking concept, I looked for as much information from as many different people as I possibly could. So we just want to be a voice out there.
Yeah, Kyle and I have started this podcast, Cash Value Solutions, and this is one way that we want to provide information to anybody that is looking deeper into this. They don't have a good understanding yet, maybe they just need answers to unknown questions yet.
Yeah, and like when I was researching it, like I feel like there wasn't just a one-stop shop for every question that you have. And I'm not saying there's a lot of good information out there from a lot of different people, but I guess one of our goals is to be that one-stop shop. You can come here and you can get everything you need to know about it. And we want to be able to answer questions that you have. So we want you guys to email us, drop comments, whatever. I mean, we're here to provide free education for you guys.
I want to hit on what Kyle said again. Please, guys, leave comments. You can email us anything that you want us to discuss about Nelson's infinite banking concept. We want to provide clarity and answers to you. So maybe we could go into who we are a little bit, Kyle, and just let people know what we do.
Yeah. So we're both from small towns in Nebraska, both have farming backgrounds. We both still have some farming interests with our families. And I came across the book, Farming Without the Bank, and it spiked my interest in this. And I dug in, did a whole bunch of research. I read, 12, 13 books on it. I don't know how many blog posts, articles, videos, podcasts. And then I started telling people about it and nobody knew anything about it. And so, talking with you, like we felt that, hey, somebody needs to be out there, spreading the message and, trying to help people and, bring this to light.
Okay, Kyle, you say that you read a lot of books, a lot of blog posts. How much time did you actually spend researching the concept before you paid your first premium?
I don't know the amount of time, but from when I read the first book, I think it was like 7 months. And so I spent a lot of time vetting because I had a lot of doubts. And when I talked to people about it, like they've never heard of the infinite banking concept, but they've heard of whole life insurance. And, that was the worst thing ever. You're an idiot if you put your money into it. And so I couldn't get fully on board right away. And so that's why I had to commit all that time to research.
Yeah. And I think that what you find when you're researching infinite banking is you'll read some stuff, consume some type of information, and then you go out there and you start poking around, asking your friends or people that you know at work, and you start asking them about it, and you get a whole mixed bag of answers from people. And it's hard because you just don't know what's truth and what isn't, right?
Yeah, that's very hard to decipher. Would you want to share your story with us, Jason?
Yeah, so actually how I learned about the infinite banking concept was from Kyle. But let me back up a little bit. I was told by my dad 2 months prior to hearing this from Kyle that he had purchased 2 whole life insurance policies on me when I was a young kid. My dad told me, I don't want to pay the premiums on these anymore. I'm going to give the policies to you, Jason. And I basically said, Dad, I don't want to pay the premiums on these. If you give them to me, I'm just going to cash them out. I didn't know what whole life insurance was. So then 2 months later, we're fast forwarding now. Kyle and I are on our way to a Husker football game. And Kyle tells me about this book that he read about life insurance and how you can use it to become your own banker. And it was just ironic timing that the whole thing came up with my dad and then learning about the infinite banking concept. And from there, I went and purchased Nelson's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. And as Kyle did, I went down the rabbit hole. I consumed a lot of reading material, listened to a lot of podcasts, and I read a few blogs along the way too. And it took me, again, about 7 months before I paid my first premium into this policy. And I mean, that amount of time that it took us to vet this concept, we don't want other people to have to go through that. Now, if you need extra time to vet this concept, that's great. We just want to provide a, like Kyle said, one-stop shop, and you guys can come to us and get the information that you need to know what's truth and what isn't about the infinite banking concept and what you can do with the power of becoming your own banker. So I hope that some of our background fills in why we believe in this concept. But if I could just add a little more to that, what happens when you get a paycheck, Kyle? What do you do with it?
Well, typically you would just throw it in you'd pay your expenses for the month, whatever you got. And then typically you just throw it in the bank and earn 0.01, whatever, interest, hardly anything.
Right. And I like to think of it this way. There's only two money systems in this world, really, if we want to simplify it. There's your money system and their money system. All of our lives, we're taught to deposit our money into their money system, whether that's another traditional bank down the street, maybe a stock brokerage account, maybe a qualified plan. But who's that benefiting?
Not you.
Right? That benefits everybody else before it benefits you. This concept is a way for you to directly start benefiting from your dollars today and use them in your life.
Yeah, I mean, we want to show people how you can you build your money system compared to building somebody else's. And that system can become generational, and so setting up your family for the long run.
Yeah, this is as Nelson said, this requires long-term thinking, long-range planning. Okay. So, that's another thing that people have trouble getting over, I think, when they're researching this. But, I think that's a stone to turn over on another day.
Yeah. I mean, I guess just to go on a little more about why I'm so passionate about the concept is just the control that you have. I mean, when we properly structure this, we have all the control of the money. It's guaranteed. It's liquid. I don't have to worry about what the stock market does. I don't have to worry about, what the bank's policies are. I don't have to worry about, anything else. I have control, contractual guarantees, controls, and rights to this contract. And I think that's just huge to be able to capitalize on opportunities that present themselves when you're not expecting.
Absolutely. Control, use of your money, liquidity of your money, contractual guarantees. Those are things that aren't ever talked about with whole life insurance. And part of that's probably because people think of buying whole life insurance as I need death benefit. And we don't want to come across that way to you guys. Yeah, there's death benefit that comes with these contracts. And believe me, that is important. But our focus with infinite banking is on the cash value accumulation in these contracts.
Yes, absolutely.
So we don't want to go too long in this opening podcast with you guys, but our plan is to do a book review of Nelson's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. And we want to provide as much clarity as we can. We get a lot of clients and potential clients that are reading the book and they have some questions, and we just want to provide answers to everything that we've heard. And we hope that it adds value to you guys.
Yeah, it's really meant to be a study guide for you as you read or after you've read that you can come back to. I mean, when I first read it, I had some questions too, especially when you're new to the concept. Like, it's hard to take in everything it needs to be reread multiple times anyways, but we're just hoping that we can provide some clarity to you throughout it.
Yes, please do not misunderstand us. This is not a replacement for Nelson's book. We are just trying to add value to you guys and your understanding of this concept. So do you have anything else you want to add, Kyle?
Yeah, we just want to add value to you guys. And if there's any certain topics that you want discussed or have any questions, let us know and we'll get to it.
Okay, guys, that's it for this podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
This was the Cash Value Solutions Podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Check us out at cashvaluesolutions.com. And don't forget to tune in next week.